Wednesday.
Woo!
Yeah. I know it's getting harder and harder to keep track of the days. That's really why we started doing this show, just so we know what day it is at least 3 days a week.
I really tried to make a cat join us then, but he didn't want to.
Sometimes you can't afford rhetorical questions out here. How are you doing? What do your days look like? How are you staying busy or not? It'd be nice to
not be busy.
Yeah.
We were deliberately very much not busy at the weekend, and it was glorious.
Mm-hmm. It did feel quite nice.
Yeah.
It gave us
Did a classic movie. Get up, you have breakfast, then you go back to bed.
Yeah.
And you sleep for like 3 hours.
Yeah, it was great.
It's really the best.
Yeah, it did feel nice. Is there a cat joining us?
Oh, he's thinking about it.
Maybe.
Franco, you're under the camera.
No, what an elusive little bastard.
He's a sassy bitch.
He is a sassy bitch. That's why you would be a perfect guest on Good Morning Bitches, Francis. Anyway. So we decided the topic for today was going to be teenage heartbreak.
Well, I was going to go with crushes.
Teenage crushes, which oftentimes lead to teenage heartbreak.
Yeah. I mean, going back to self-identifying as a former teen adulterator, I honestly don't think I had a lot of heartbreak because there wasn't a lot of anything going on that would have led to heartbreak.
But doesn't it always feel absolutely crushing when you like have a huge crush on somebody and they do not pay attention to you at all or don't even know you exist? The unrequited love of teenagehood is like unbearable.
I guess so. My vibe was always extreme unrequited love on friends.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't necessarily a lack of attention. It was just not the attention that I wanted.
Right. Yeah, still. It's rough. It's rough stuff. It's rough going. But we were thinking also that celebrity crushes are a little more fun and a little bit safer because you don't really ever have a chance.
I don't know. I had a long game planned for how I was going to marry David Duchovny.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, you got to plan ahead sometimes to see. You got to work all the angles. My first celebrity teenage crush was Beck. There was that like 1994 Rolling Stone magazine cover. It was like this black and white picture, and it was like from here up, and he was just like wearing a suit. It was a super classy photo. It was really beautiful. I had a gigantic poster of that in my bedroom, along with a I had a lot of posters in my teenage bedroom. There was definitely that. I know I had a Bart Simpson poster at one time.
You have me less of a crush.
No, yeah, that was not a crush. That was just more of a strange juxtaposition of
or there may be only two human. Fox Robin Hood from Disney.
Oh yeah,
it's like a touchstone of sensitive masculinity for people.
Yeah,
I don't know when that movie came out because I think it's probably from the 70s.
I think it is.
So there's probably like decades and decades of people who learned about how to be a sensitive male.
Well, it was a reflection of its time. A lot of those like mid 70s Disney movies like absolutely had a hippie bent to them.
Yeah, I guess that's what it was. Anyway, I love that Fox.
He was
heroic. He was little. He didn't wear pants.
No, but so few Disney characters wear pants,
Yeah, there was this magazine in the UK called Sugar Magazine. I don't know if it still exists. I think it probably doesn't. And that was my jam as a tween, certainly. And it was weekly. I don't really know what the written content of Sugar Magazine was. I think it was like probably makeup and like, problems. But it wasn't as salacious. The much more popular magazines were Just 17, which nobody at the age of 17 actually read. It was for 13-year-olds. And Ms. Magazine pitched a few years younger.
Yeah.
But they used to have, in the middle, upwards of like 10 pages that were just perforated so you could tear them out. Photographs of boys.
Oh, that's nice.
A lot of them were actors and musicians, but some of them were just models. In fact, there's a guy who went on to be a TV presenter in the UK called Vernon Kay. He was a Sugar magazine model when I was a kid. And there were just pictures of him, with an unbuttoned shirt kneeling in some sand or something.
Yeah, that sounds like a classic pose.
So I have my walls plastered in posters from Sugar magazine for a long time. Any boy that had what we used to refer to as curtains.
Oh, the very extreme middle part. Yeah.
That haircut.
Yeah.
I was all about. So obviously Jared Leto. Also had a really, really big crush on an actor called Omri Katz, who was in the TV show Erie, Indiana. He's awesome, but I think he gave up acting after Hocus Pocus. But he had that haircut. The incredibly named Ryder Strong.
Oh, sure. I remember Ryder Strong. He was a bit of a heartthrob, man.
Yeah, he was Corey's friend in Boy Meets World.
Right.
He had the king of all curtains hair. Also, boys in my school used to gel it to make it stay there. Which
a lot of boys did.
Even worse.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's difficult to look back on it, especially when you're a tween. Is that a crush? Are you just fulfilling some kind of societal?
Just what you're supposed to like.
If you add in an element of later queerness to it, I don't know. Yeah. I think I very much lusted after some of those people. But then also I had posters of every member of the boy band Take That except for Robbie Williams because I was convinced that he was a twat and I stand by it. Michael Owen was my favorite. He was the cute little one that only got to sing one song. He was the Jerry McIntyre.
Yeah.
Take That.
I think that was where I fell off the wagon with boy bands. New Kids on the Block was a big deal to me because Boston.
Right.
You couldn't not like them. And, also they were what they were for a reason. It was that was what all boy bands afterwards were based on, pretty much, They really set the standard. So, you have to love New Kids on the Block. But after that, I feel like I didn't really have boy band crushes anymore. And I was so young when New Kids on the Block were a thing.
Yeah.
It didn't really, I was oh, they're cool and cute,
just
right?
Cool.
I don't know.
I don't know what. I think maybe one member of New Kids on the Block was actually cute, but I don't know.
Yeah, they were.
Funny, a bunch of guys.
They were absolutely just a posse from wherever they were from in Boston. I forget. I guess they were from Dorchester and South Beach.
Sort of an equivalent, but a bit later, was a British boy band called E17.
Oh, right.
Who were very much from the wrong side of the tracks in North London. And again, not a fantastically attractive or engaging group of men. Boys, really. They were pretty young when it started. But one of them, Tony, I was a big fan of, but he was the talented one, he wrote all the songs. We both, should we talk about David Duchovny?
We could. He was dreamy as well.
Looking back, that's what's so weird about that. So the X-Files started in 1993, I think. So I was 11 and you were 9.5.
Yeah.
And David Duchovny was 33, I think. And we were who's that guy? And I think he was supposed to be a little bit younger in the show, but
not by much.
Not by much.
Yeah.
And he was he's not a great actor.
No. He cried a lot.
Cried so much.
He was a very ugly crier as well.
And he was the character was weird.
Yeah, kind
of
rude and stuck up.
Weird stuff that he calls sex lines.
Yeah.
And he's super pervy.
Yeah.
That for some reason never took the shine off him.
No, I didn't.
He doesn't have a bed. He sleeps on a couch.
Yeah.
I I don't know. I can't.
I'm not
explain
what the
it.
appeal might have been. Yeah, there was just something in the way that the character was played that did make him a really attractive and very appealing character. For like, I mean, I'm sure that my mom had a crush on him because we used to watch the X-Files together. But you know, it was a broad appeal, I suppose. But why? But why? Why? It isn't clear. I mean, it definitely was clear to me very later on. I think specifically in the first X-Files movie, what a babe. Dana's hair was really sleek. Like she didn't look as dowdy and like frumpy as she did in the first couple seasons.
That was like
had always been the better actor.
yes, and her career afterwards has really like played that out.
Yeah.
I think I was already on the Dana Scully train before the movie, but
I mean, I knew she was great, but it didn't occur to me that like she is hot until the movie.
I'm pretty confident, although I have not watched that movie for years because it's very boring.
I love the first movie. I thought it was great. I would watch it again.
But I thought it was boring when I don't know, maybe we should watch it again. I think it's streaming. She's like stuck in a pod or something, and he like breaks her out of it. And
Right.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a top on.
Yeah, well, she's also covered in slime and it's like all gooey and stuff.
Just, you know,
And whatever, it's there.
take it where you can find it. There's also that really good bit in the movie where you think they're finally.
Oh my
getting
god,
it
that
out,
was amazing.
And then she gets stung by a killer bee.
So we saw that movie in the theater on
Same.
opening weekend.
Yeah.
We waited in line to get in to see it. And it was like, it was so fun because it was obviously a bunch of other X-Files nerds who finally got to go out in public. And like all of those big moments, like the kiss moment, the whole theater went crazy. Like everybody
Well,
went
I did not
nuts.
have that experience.
Oh, it was great. It was so
I feel
so
like
good.
it was a distinctly underfull
Oh, no,
auditorium.
it was a full theater. I mean, to my mind, it was full because we were waiting to get in. But it was a big deal. It was a big deal. And when they almost kissed, the whole theater like lost their freaking, and then didn't. The whole theater just lost their mind. It was great. It was really good.
I mean, I feel like we could have a whole other episode of this just talking about the X-Files.
Yeah, we could.
And everybody will stop watching. But
We should probably play the song now.
yeah, it's that time.
It is that time.
Okay.
So without further ado, on the topic of teenage crushes,
yeah,
we're gonna play. But we're waiting for another.
yeah.
Give us a
Just
go.
go left field. It doesn't matter. We'll give it a go. Unless it's in Bob. Sorry, Sean.
Sorry, Sean.
You know when you come around and save me from alone. You know what? Totally out of tune. Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't know better, but you were waiting for me. One day you know when you come around and save me from a lonely teenage heart. A lonely teenage heart. I wanted nothing more to have your arms around me. I didn't know more. Was even answer from a lonely teenage heart. My lonely teenage heart. And I know you were the one for me. One day I'll make you see. None of these other girls, you know, to touch me. I didn't know better, though you were coming for me. One look and you know, you were the one to take my lonely teenage heart. My lonely teenage heart. I wanted nothing more, needed someone to help me. You were the one for me. What you know to torture me. Come on